It's around 2 in the afternoon, and the sun is high overhead. Cicadas sing in the heat. Our Lady of the Lake Regional Medical Center comes into view, and the white crucifix displayed prominently on the front of the building is a beacon as it reflects the light of the sun. An ambulance pulls into the emergency intake with its lights on. The ambulance doors open, and 2 people stumble out in a daze. The man, shirtless and covered in blood, clutches a soaked shirt and beanie in his hands. A red-headed woman tucks her hair behind her ear, and they both watch as paramedics carry out a man on a stretcher, covered by a white sheet, blood staining through. One of the paramedics says, "A nurse will be right out and get you looked at, okay?"
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have a nurse come out and look at you, all right? Just wait right here, or you can wait in the lobby if you'd like.
Oh, we can go wait in the lobby?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
My goodness, it is hot, isn't it? Whew. Well, I'm going to go inside in the air conditioning.
Yeah, I'll join.
Okay.
We just watched. Have you ever seen someone die before?
Just once. It wasn't pleasant.
So you've done. How do you? I don't know. How do you? You've done this, like.
Well, I've never done this. I've never ridden in an ambulance before, but I suppose you just kind of make your peace with death, with seeing it. You know. They just aren't a person after that. And you just have to accept it.
But like, I feel bad, like he has, I don't know, family, I'm sure. I just feel bad. Like, he felt something, and now, like, he doesn't feel anything. I don't know. It just sucks.
I don't know what we could have done. I think we did our best. And
I didn't do my best.
No, you did.
No.
You absolutely did.
No, I should have done a lot.
We were here for this young man, by his side.
I had a spiked bat. I could have, I don't know. Could have ran at him. I could have, I don't know, I could have, like, before something happened, before he was shot, I could have stopped the guy.
Well, there's certainly a lot of things that we could have done. But, hindsight's always 20/20, right? You could do so much more if only we had been this way or been that way. And sometimes we just can't control how the situation is going to turn out. And I think you behaved very admirably under the circumstances. Yet you were right by this young man's side, offering everything that you could. And you don't even know him.
I think I do. Have you ever looked at someone and just been like, man, that energy, I don't know, there's something about him that I just, there's no way I knew him, though. Because when I suggested the suggestion box to him, and we had that conversation, like, he didn't.
Oh, honey.
I don't know, he didn't.
Oh, honey. Oh, baby.
And she reaches in and she hugs him.
It's all right. It's gonna be okay. It's okay. I know it was very sudden, very sudden. Do you want to say a few words?
To the guy?
Yeah.
Is he still in there?
I would assume.
No, I can't do that. That's weird. I'm good. Let's just
Okay.
Let's just go inside.
All right. Well, I'll be right here with you. And we'll just wait together.
You head into the lobby, and when you arrive, I think probably a nurse or two will actually approach you both because you're both covered in blood, and tell you that they're going to take you to another room so that you can sit and relax and get checked out. Are you together?
Yes, we arrived here together in the ambulance.
Okay, we'll put you in this room right over here, okay?
Oh, all right, thank you.
And another nurse will be with you shortly.
Do you have any coffee or anything anywhere?
She smiles at you. It's kind of a comforting, knowing smile. Absolutely. Do you take it with cream or sugar?
Oh, just black, thank you.
Just black. And you, sir?
No, thank you.
How about just a water then?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
My pleasure. And she leaves. And you two are alone in this kind of like waiting room, smaller room, while you wait for her to come back with the coffee.
You know, I always think that they have the silliest posters in these rooms. You know, who is gonna look at this blue whale and think, well, my day has just been lifted. Look at that blue whale. Who's gonna look at the whale and think, my, what a positive experience this doctor's office is, now that they have 15 different types of whales on the wall.
You're kind of right.
They always have the silliest things on the doctor's walls. Like, I
Why
don't
are there
care
so many
about
whales?
these whales.
That's so dumb. So many.
Yeah.
Always with those dumb taglines too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great day, and then there's a picture of a cat or something, and what does that have to do with my early onset arthritis?
Wait a minute. Wait, that's not even close. Wait a minute. Wash your hands twice before leaving. Come on.
They're just full of it,
It's so good.
It's at this moment that a man steps into the room. He's an older looking man. He's got full angled brows and wrinkles from years of concern spreading out all over his face like vines. His lips are cracked, his skin dry. He's the very definition of weathered. His gold spectacles are quite unique. The lenses occasionally appear to be tinted sea green, and when light catches in them, it ebbs and flows.
Knock, knock.
Hello?
Hello?
Step into the room fully. I'm Detective Reckon. I'm here with the Baton Rouge PD. I'm very sorry to come so suddenly. I know you were a part of the robbery.
Oh, yes.
Do you have time for some questions?
Sure. I'm of, I would say, probably stable mind right now to answer some questions. If maybe you could not press Mr. Dex here so much, though, he's not doing so
You're
well.
you're very sweet. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the whale thing really.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know. That
Good.
I'm fine, but not fine, but you know what I mean. You can ask whatever you need to ask, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Do you need a change of clothes or something? And I point to clearly your bloodied clothes. I think both of you,
Yes.
right? I know Dex is
Dex
bloody.
is
Yeah,
shirtless,
I got-
actually. Yeah, he's carrying his shirt and
nothing.
his beanie, and it's all covered in blood. But yeah, he's covered in blood.
Perhaps you'd be more comfortable with a new shirt?
Yeah, I'll take anything right now.
Nurse, please.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nurse comes right by. She's got a stack of what are those called? You wear them in the hospital.
Gowns.
Gowns, yeah. So she got a stack of gowns, and so she'll kind of like stop and look and go, oh, and she recognizes you, and oh yes, I'm so sorry, and she gives you 2 gowns.
You don't have to wear it. I know you're not a patient. Are you? Were you hurt?
Yeah. No, not physically at all. No.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you're getting cold, and I set them down, did they get you coffee or tea or soda or anything? I'm looking around to see if they have.
They offered, so I think there's a nurse here that was gonna give us some refreshments.
How long ago was that exactly? I just want to know to see if I need to get on anyone's ass for you.
Oh, probably just a couple minutes now.
All right. If they're not here in a couple of minutes, I'll go out and get some for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I do apologize for being here right after an incident, but memories are freshest when just experienced.
Of course, you do what you have to do, Detective.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ask away.
Well, first, as I said, I'm Detective Reckon, but names, that would just be names and where you're from. Are you from out of town, that sort of thing? And I point to you, Dex, first.
My name's Dex. It's really just Dex. Do I have to give you my last name?
You don't have to if you're not comfortable, sir.
Okay.
It's all right.
I'm from here. I've lived here the past 10 years. From Newport Beach, California, originally.
Oh.
And I live about 10 minutes away from here.
I gotcha. Okay. And you, miss?
Autumn Bradbury. That's my full name.
Autumn Bradbury.
That's Bury at the end there.
I'd be scribbling this down on a notebook.
Born and raised Baton Rouge.
Wonderful. No, that's... I may have seen you at the coffee shop before, now that I think about it.
Quite possibly.
Well, let's start from the beginning. What did you witness? As many details as you can possibly give. I don't want to lead you to any questions, so tell me your story, what happened to you, and all that. Autumn, we can start with you.
Oh goodness. Where do I begin? Do I just start at the when I woke up? What kind of day it was?
Whatever makes you the most comfortable, dear.
Well, all right. Let's see. I was thinking about coffee, and I had just been at the bank, and they had denied me a loan for a very important part of house remodeling. You see, I wanted to expand into the backyard because I felt that I might just not have enough room in my home for things anymore.
They do that. They really do. It's annoying.
They do, and they denied me. And I what was the gentleman's name at the bank? I believe it was Christopher. I will never forgive him. He was just not. He was a very rude man.
I'll avoid him next time at the bank.
You should avoid him and maybe file a complaint.
All right. Yes. Definitely. Oh, after that.
Right. Okay. Then I got on my scooter, and it was a particularly hot day, so I was thinking about coffee, and I was wondering, well, maybe I should take it iced, because iced coffee is quite refreshing.
And I remember,
I do love coffee, Dex. It does make the day. Well, it's better than looking at pictures of whales, if you know what I mean. So I was on my scooter, and I realized how hot I was, and there were a bunch of vehicles that were just blaring their horns at me, and I was on my way to the DMV because, well, to be honest with you, Detective, I had gotten pulled over many times before for saying that I was going too slowly on my scooter, and I do think that there should not be such a thing as going too slowly. You know what I mean? I was just trying to enjoy the day.
Sure. I feel like they should install more bike lanes for that exact
They really
reason.
should. They really should. I feel like maybe I was just a bit put upon. So I ended up at the DMV, and I sat down right next to this gentleman right here, and she gestures to Dex, and we were fast friends. I do say I don't clearly see auras often, Detective, but this young man
auras?
right here. Oh yes. As long as I have my crystals in my pocket, I can see auras quite clearly, and this young man has a very strong one. So
what color aura? Sorry if that's too personal.
Oh, well, his, I would say, is very silvery. It's kind of like when you look at a full moon at night and you see the ring kind of around the moon, you know, on a very clear night.
Yes.
Where all is just black in the sky. You can see it so clearly. It's very much the same with people, Detective Reckon. And it's the same with Mr. Dex here. So,
right.
So he has an aura, and we watched this young man go up to the counter. I suppose it was unfortunately the recently deceased. He went up, and I believe he was trying to make a special case for himself when he was in the line.
Yeah.
One of those. Okay. Now, I'm sorry to interject here. I'm very sorry to interject here, miss. When was it when you went did you go to the bank after the DMV?
No, it was before the DMV.
All right, continue.
I'm just trying to, cross off the grocery list of things that I had to do that day.
Okay. Now, no, I'm sorry. You continue. I'll ask questions afterward. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I want to make sure that you have a good flow of consciousness without me.
Yes, of course.
I don't want to influence you in any way accidentally.
No, it's all right. I get pretty distracted quite frequently. So let's see, where was I? So this young man was going up to the line, and I think he kept insisting that, pardon me, I'm working over a cough right now.
Oh, yes.
See, he kept insisting that they take his number, but in fact he was skipping a bunch of people, and I thought, that's just ridiculous when you can't skip a bunch of people at the DMV.
Absolutely.
They have lines and rules and all of this for a reason. So then, now I'm trying to remember this the best I can. A man comes in with, I think, kind of like a briefcase, maybe, and he's carrying it, and he's kind of tall. He's got blonde hair, and then he just fires 6 shots into the air. And now I know what gunshots sound like, Detective. They're very unmistakable gunshots.
We should make sure the nurses checked your hearing after this. That if you were close by, that could actually
absolutely. I mean, I'm already hard of hearing, so it was quite a shock. So where he fires, and then he goes up to the counter, and I can't hear what they're saying, but he's saying something about, you got let me in. I want to see the vault, and I'm back here thinking, the DMV has a vault. I mean, this isn't a bank; it's a DMV. But sure enough, they have a vault. So they took him back there, and Dex and I are just sitting out there with our mouths hanging open, like, what is going on? And he disappears, and then there was this woman. Now I can't remember her very clearly, but she looked like she didn't want to be there. I mean, no one wants to be the DMV.
No, not at the
DMV. Never. No one ever wants to be there, Detective. So this woman, I think she was also of law enforcement. She pulls out a badge and a gun, and so then she says to me and Dex, I need backup. And I'm thinking, well, this is like one of those comic books that I get to be backup for law enforcement. So I grab a fire extinguisher. Now, Dex, what was it that you grabbed? I can't remember. You have something.
I legitimately, I mean, the fastest I could, I made a bat with nails on it and duct tape, and I wrapped it around, and I had it was a zombie killer kind of weapon.
Yeah.
It was it was incredible.
That's rather impressive.
He just fashioned this right before our eyes, and I'm thinking, well, this is a man clearly that I want to be with. If some other place gets robbed, right? So, I'm behind Dex. I've got a fire extinguisher, and I'm just holding it because I don't know what else to do with it at that point. Detective, I was scared out of my wits. So. Right. We hear these people coming down the hallway, and then that young man who considered himself a special boy comes around from the counter, and he's standing there, and it's so unfortunate because they have an interaction, law enforcement, and then this robber, and she says, give me the gold bar. I think there's a golden bar involved.
Gold bar. It was a gold bar.
It was a golden bar
DMV.
At a DMV, and we're just wondering what the hell is going on. Pardon me.
I should have made a move there. That's where I should have done something.
Now, see, Dex keeps saying he should have done something different, and I don't think we
sounded like you did everything you could.
We were doing everything we could. We were so scared. So then she gives this man some kind of, and now it looked like a tube, maybe not much bigger than a tube of lipstick, but quite possibly like a brass or gold or something, and then they exchange it, and then, pardon me, officer, this is where everything gets very foggy because I think he just shoots that special man up at the counter, and the man falls. And then the other
no
man,
reason though. He didn't.
No reason at all. He just happened to be there.
He wasn't moving or anything. He was just doing exactly what they asked, and he just shot him.
He was just following the rules, and then they disappear. I can't rightly remember what happened to them because all I remember was just running over to the man and trying to stop the bleeding, and I couldn't. And then the woman tosses me a cell phone and says, call emergency.
But she is emergency, so it doesn't make sense. She was a cop.
I was so confused.
Wait,
was that she gave me the cell phone.
The woman that was with you, the one that leaded, she was a cop.
She was a cop. She said she had a badge.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She
said,
had a badge.
Follow me. We'll take care of you.
Yeah. So, I called 911 and they said to stay on the line. And we tried to apply pressure to the bleeding, but it just wouldn't stop. I mean, it was just soaked through.
It was bad. I mean, look at this. Look at my hand. I show my shirt. Look.
Dex gave his clothing for this young man. So the ambulance shows up, and I just don't know what happened to anyone else. I was just focused on trying to help this young man live, but I don't know if we did what we did, if that was enough, because I think he died too soon. And that's really, I think, all I remember was just trying to help this man survive on his way to the hospital. Does that answer your questions?
That answers a lot of them. Thank you. Dex, was it?
Yeah, Dex.
Does that line up? Was there anything different that you recall?
I mean, for me, it just didn't make sense. Everything that she said lined up. My morning was a little different. I mean, nothing crazy. Just woke up and had to get my real ID. So stupid they do that. I want to go visit my parents in December, and you got to get this real ID. It's so dumb. By October, I don't know. Otherwise, you need a passport. I don't have a passport. I'm not leaving the U.S. Come on.
No.
I just don't understand why she left. That's what doesn't make sense to me. She was there.
Who is she again?
The cop.
The cop. All right.
The one with the badge.
She left. Okay.
She left us. I mean, she literally left. Not disappeared, like vanished, but she said,
but she left you.
She left us when she was the one.
No cop would do that.
she was the one who was helping. It's like they knew each other.
Yeah.
It's like they literally
Yeah.
were making a trade kind of like,
Yeah,
oh, you want this?
Definitely
I got
know
this.
each other. Yes.
And then they shot him for not, like, he wasn't even moving. He wasn't even squirming. He was just doing exactly what it made no sense. It was like a shot, and then they handed it off, and then she said, call the cops, and then she shot him. She shot the guy who she just made a trade with. So they made this trade, and she shot him like, I don't even know where she shot him. She just shot him.
That's right. Oh, she did shoot him, yes.
Well,
Why did he die? How did they know each other? Was this a deal gone wrong? At the DMV, we're not at a bank. We're at a DMV.
Yeah.
Why is there a vault at a DMV? What kind of a vault?
Miss, sir, I hate to say this, and I'm gonna make sure a nurse checks in on you, but I think you're in shock, which doesn't surprise me. You witnessed death. You witnessed a robbery. This occurred at a bank. There was no robbery at a DMV today. This was a bank robbery. A vault was broken into.
What do you mean?
Well, no, sir.
No,
it was a DMV.
They had the music. What do you mean?
I mean, it was a bank, sir. We have been trailing this burglar for quite some time. He hits banks.
Well, then you must have looked at the wrong building or something, because they were calling out numbers, and they were calling out numbers for DMV.
They don't do that at the bank. We both got our numbers.
Yes.
I had
My
like
number
7.
was 89. In fact, I can show you my number.
And she reaches in her pocket.
Now, see here, look. It says 89 on it. Now, they don't give out numbers, do they? At a bank? No, you just wait in the line. Are you trying to tell me that we weren't at a DMV and when in fact we were?
Yeah, why would I go to a bank if I needed a real ID? If I go,
I was
I
at
don't
the
even
bank
have.
earlier.
I mean, miss, you did go to the bank, but... And I pause for a moment and find the radio in the corner and click it on. It's all over the news.
And I'm calling it the Worldwide Hum.
Check out his Hum Map Data project. To date, some 17,000 civilians and scientists from around the world.
Residents of
There we
Baton
go.
Rouge were subjects to extreme violence today after reports of an armed robbery at a local Voda bank this afternoon. The subject was apprehended after firing
got
several
it
wrong.
rounds into the air. However, an officer already on the scene.
How could they have
managed to take
gotten this
control
so
of the
wrong? It was
situation.
at a DMV.
The
We
officers
were
still
at a
monitoring
DMV, sir.
the
I
to
know
recover.
I definitely am in a
Voda
state of shock.
robbery is still ongoing.
I'm definitely not in my mind fully, but I'm 100% sure we are at a DMV.
Yes.
The motion-activated lights of the morgue remain off. It's cold, empty, and everything is clean and sterile. The faint hum of refrigeration is accompanied by a distant radio. Several rows of mortuary tables are closed, but table 87 remains open, displaying the dead body of a man we all recognize and know as Lucien Long. The room is still for several minutes, until he jerks up, gasping for breath, coughing violently, clutching at the table and the sheet. When you look around, you will notice there is a bag down at the bottom, and it looks like it's an evidence bag. It's a Ziploc bag with some of your belongings in it, your phone, your glasses. There is a second bag with your shirt, and the rest of your clothes.
My shirt covered in blood.
Yes.
Oh. All right, well, I put my glasses on first and take a better look around because I couldn't see very well. Look at what I assume is the inside of a morgue to recognize.
Oh, yeah.
Scamper across to the bag.
Okay.
Covering
it's just
my
down
bits.
by your, yeah.
I find my underwear and put it on.
Okay.
My trousers, my shirt, and my stuff. Like, I had a suitcase, a little mini suitcase, and a satchel bag. Put my phone in my pocket. I guess, and I'm looking for someone who can give me some information.
Okay. It's at this time we see the elevator. So Lucien calls the elevator. But on the other side, on the ground floor, elevator is being called to head down to the morgue. And on the other side of that elevator is someone we recognize. She has an asymmetrical cut and a scar along her face. She's wearing scrubs. She looks both ways down the hallway to make sure no one has noticed her before she hits the button for the elevator to go down to the morgue.
I see her?
No, you are down in the morgue. That's what we see. Yeah.
Okay.
The elevator hits the ground floor first, and Lore will, I assume, get on the elevator and ride it down to the morgue. The door opens, Lucien, and you see her.
I think I would run back into the room that I was in if I can. I think I will just turn around and run away from her.
I'm gonna chase after him. Sir, I'm gonna need, sir, you gotta calm down. It's gonna be okay, sir. I'm gonna need you to just take a few deep breaths. Just breathe with me, in and out. Okay, there's no, why are you alarmed?
You stay away from me. You stay away from me, please.
Sir, I'm here to help. I don't know why, you're acting
You're the accomplice.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm going to get into the lift, and I'm going to leave now, and I would appreciate it if you'd not follow me.
I'm gonna motion for his arm to kind of, in like a way of to help, like I want to help you to the elevator.
I won't tell anyone that you're here. I'll never tell anyone that I saw you.
I'm glad you're doing okay. Okay. But what are you gonna tell them?
I'll simply say that I didn't see anybody at all here, and I'll say that I don't even recognize. I don't know who you are. I never recognized your face. I won't tell.
I don't know that you have anything to tell them.
Precisely.
And if you were to tell someone, what would you tell them?
There was somebody else there. I don't recognize their face. There was a terrible man in a mask. And that you were never here.
What do you mean, a man in a mask?
I'll say I don't know how he sounds or he looked or what you were doing or why you were there.
I'm looking at him and my face has gone pale. Where are you going now?
I'm going to leave. I'll leave. I don't have to go to the police. I can just go back. I can go and I'll check. I'll get on a plane and I'll leave the whole country.
How did you get here?
I don't remember it here. This country on a plane.
No. How you got here to the morgue? What's the last thing you remember?
I don't. I passed out. I think.
You just passed out?
Going from 0 to 100 in terms of adrenaline, there was an extreme rush of adrenaline and anxiety and fear almost as soon as that person started firing a gun, and then that was elevated and held there the entire time that this person was barking orders and trying to get the woman at the DMV to open the door and go to this vault, the safe. And I remember just over and over thinking I should just be compliant, and I remember damning myself for not being more socially adept, or maybe even more social in the past, so that maybe I could convince him of things a little better. And then he had me doing things, and then it's patchy with fear and these jumps, and he was ordering me to do things, open this safe, things like that. I remember thinking that I might be able to lie to him, and I can tell him that the response time for the police is only something like 11 minutes, something believable and short enough that it might panic him into leaving and getting out of there. I remember being compliant. I remember there being this woman. Then chaos. I remember being on the ground suddenly. I remember that I didn't feel any pain, but it felt like I'd been punched in the chest, and I blinked, and then I was on the ground kind of looking up. And when I looked down at my shirt, it was stained in red and becoming redder, which was my blood. And then, to be honest, I think I remember waking up here next.
You start coughing really heavily. It feels like something is lodged in your rib cage.
Okay, are you okay? And I'm gonna start patting his back.
I'm like backing away from her. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm quite fine, please.
He continues to cough and double over and starts heaving until he spits out a golden bullet. And it is crushed and spent.
I was already pale, and now it's just like I'm a shade of white.
I drop it on the ground.
I bend down and I pick it up. You should keep this.
No, I don't. I think you should. You can dispose of it. I promise. I don't.
No. This is something I think that you might want to just hold on to for a while.
Of course, yes. I'll take it. And I don't want to die. Please, I don't. Please, if you would just let me go, I'll do anything that you ask.
I'm not here to hurt you. I'm checking on you. How is
checking on me?
How is your chest?
Rather uncomfortable.
Well, if you'd like to leave. I step back and I motion towards the elevator.
I warily move past her to the elevator.
Which floor do you choose?
I just fucking spam a button. Beep, anyone. Any three. Just whole hand print on the elevator buttons. Yeah.
Rule of threes. Yes, go ahead.
Get on the elevator with him.
Oh, fuck.
And I stand quietly next to him.
I back all the way up against the wall away from where you are. I'm like gripping the bullet in one hand.
I don't look back because I feel him recoiling from me and stepping back to the elevator. So I just keep looking straight ahead.
So they ride the elevator all the way to the top and hit ground floor. We hear Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, please.
Right before the doors open, I'm gonna say, the accent. I'm here to help you.
What?
So we return to the room with the radio with Autumn and Dex and the detective, the police officer.
No, it was definitely a bank. And like Mo's just holding my hand like to the radio, like, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I'm not sure what to tell you either, sir. It appears that we're at an impasse.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way. There's no way. My car broke down outside, very close to the DMV. I took a lift the rest of the way. Like, there's no way.
I know it's a bit odd, but could we get the car license number? Just for the sake, so we could look into that too for you. If it's still broken down at this point. You're
Yeah,
witnesses. We want to take care of you.
Of course, it's literally my name, Dex.
Oh, it's it? Just DEX?
Yeah, I had it custom made a couple years back.
All right. Now, I'd like to know a little bit more. Well, I believe you, DMV. I'm putting that in my notes. Maybe they got it wrong. Maybe there were 2 incidents and they haven't reported on what you've dealt with yet. I'm just going off of what I know, so this helps me, and I do appreciate it. You mentioned a woman. She claimed to be a cop, but she shot the suspect. That's... I mean, he did shoot someone, true, but she traded, you said, a gold bar for a vial.
That's what didn't make sense.
Right.
She was a cop. That's why she must have been in on it. It's like one of those undercover heists where they, she must have been working with the guy. She must have, I mean, right?
I think you're right. No, I do.
We're not sure if it was a vial or not, but it definitely looked like something smaller. Yes,
tube kind of thing.
I don't know what it was.
Right. Do you remember what she looked like?
Yes. Well, she looked angry. She looked like maybe one of those young women who just wakes up mad. Wakes up on the wrong side of the bed.
To give her the benefit of the doubt, she sort of was, she cared still. I told her about my band, and she said she was going to look it up. So I'm, that's one more listener, right?
Sir, do you think that she may have just been using you?
Oh, no. Oh, not your band, Dex.
Didn't you say she asked you to follow her? If she showed an interest.
No, no, I don't think if she knew this was going to happen, maybe, but all I was trying to say is she seemed like she cared in the moment. Maybe she's a great actress.
Maybe. No, I believe you. I trust
But my band's good. Like, we were good. Like, we had really good songs and like made really good music together. So maybe she liked music. She seemed like the type. Here's the type she seemed like.
Tell me the type.
I've been with many girls like that. She seemed like the type who's, oh, I'm quiet. Oh, I'm sneaky. Oh, I'm not going to tell you anything. And as soon as you break that wall, you break the wall down, boom, you bust it down. She just lets loose and lets go.
Right. Yes. Oh, absolutely.
She had a
No, I think I understand. What does he look like, though, physically? If she's a suspect, I need to know what she looked like, not just her demeanor.
The side of her head was shaved.
Yeah,
and
she had a crazy scar.
I think she was wearing like all black.
That's what I mean. She was kind of a badass, right? And so when
scar,
she said she was,
where was the scar? And how long?
I don't know.
It was over her
left?
eye. I think
eye?
it was
right eye.
I think it might have been her left eye. I know she had a scar on her face.
Yeah. She was a badass. I mean, I truly thought she was a cop. I mean, the way she was so calm. I was gonna escape. I wanted to leave. I was gonna break the window and leave. And I remember, I think she told me not to, because, oh my God, maybe she told me not to because she was in on it. She said not to leave because what if there's other people? There's an inside operation.
Sir, I'm going to need you to just take a moment and breathe in and breathe out. I know this is traumatic. I have a question for you. Was her name Lore?
Did we ever get her name?
I don't.
Okay, if it may not be, that's all right. That's all right. I'm looking for someone that somewhat matches that description.
Looking for someone.
They are not a good person.
Who are they?
They're a criminal.
This is
if
so.
that's them.
She didn't seem. But like you said, like, is she
manipulative? Is what she is. You may have witnessed a drug deal.
Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. She did tell me her name was Lore. Absolutely, sir. Yeah, 100%. I'm so sorry. I've been.
No. It's
her name was Lore.
You remember?
Huh?
You remember her name?
Absolutely, it was Lore because I remember thinking, man, Lore's cool. I just thought she was so badass. I don't know why, and yeah, her name was Lore, 100%.
You said you're not from here. I mean, you live here now, but you're not from here?
You're not originally from here.
Did you get here as a tourist?
We were on tour, my band. We played about 6 shows. We're going down the south of the U.S. and...
Right. Okay. I'm sorry, this adds another layer of complication if she's involved.
Why?
She's a known criminal. I was hoping this was a one-off, but if she was working with someone and she shot him, she may have turned on him.
But did you say...
Taken everything.
But it was just a gold bar. It was one. Why wouldn't they take multiple? If we were... Okay, I'm just going to go with you here. If we were at a bank, right?
Yes.
We're at a bank, which we weren't. If we were at a bank, why wouldn't they take multiple gold bars? Why wouldn't they take multiple things? Why just one?
Most banks don't have real gold anymore. Maybe that was all there was. Easier to transport? I'm unsure of their motives. That's something I'll have to get her for.
But if the gunman, the guy, if he even felt, he didn't even raise his weapon really. Like, he just got shot. It just happened like this.
But you said he shot the other person. Who was that, by the way? You said there was one other with you. You said they...
Yeah, I still have his... I still have his wallet.
He's the reason we're here.
Yeah.
And I'm terribly sorry to dredge this up, but you said he died?
He was shot in the... Yeah, he died when we were in the ambulance.
Well, he was pronounced dead. I mean, that's just same as dying, right? I mean, if they pronounce you dead, that means you're dead.
No, I understand. He was with you, though, yes?
Yes.
Not part of us, but he was within the whole debacle.
There. Yeah, he was on. He just was unlucky. He was just the one that.
This is him, and I'm going to hand him the wallet.
I definitely take that and fish through it.
Lucian Long, born May 22nd, 1983. And then it has my address in Cambridge, England. Sure. And then just a bunch of like numbers, right? And stuff that means things
the numbers.
And there's a signature on there as well.
Okay.
Which is all flashy.
And then I go through the rest of the cards, and if there's anything else that stands out, I'll make a note of that. Otherwise,
you can give me another roll.
Okay. Another success.
You find $500.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Thank you. If you are okay with me holding this as evidence.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's gone. I don't think it is evidence.
Well, it is. It's tied to a pretty severe crime. I have to make sure I bring this back to the precinct.
Can you just do me a favor?
Of course, Dex.
Will you let me know if you find the person who did this? Like, well, he's dead too, but whoever Lore is, will you let me know if you catch her?
Absolutely.
I don't know why. I just stupid, but
No, not at all. You're involved in this now, unfortunately. You'll have to be kept in the loop.
Thank you. And I don't know if you want to say anything, but I want to let you know we really were at a DMV.
Yeah. Oof. So silly to think that we were at a bank. I mean, I was at a bank. Why would I go to another bank after that?
I understand the radio and everyone's saying, but everyone else who was there we were. I mean, there was elevator music playing.
There was some gross misreporting going on if they're already saying that it was a bank, because it was in fact a DMV.
I do want to point out, though, even both of you said there was a vault. DMVs don't have vaults.
This one did?
Yeah, for some reason, this one had a vault. But DMVs also have cash registers and ATMs, and or banks have those things, and DMVs don't. There were no ATMs. I would remember that, you know?
Right. No, of course you would. Of course. There was something that pointed out to me as I'm like fishing through my notes and going back. You mentioned something that stuck out to me, and I was curious about it. The man who, not your friend, but the criminal who was shot by this potentially law woman. You said you followed the rules?
Sorry?
What did he tell you? Do you remember?
When he came in?
You said you were following, was it him or was it law? But you said you followed the rules.
Yes, he came in and demanded a bunch of things from everybody. He said, put it in the bag.
Yeah, he made me. I put everything I had. I gave him my phone, my wallet, my receipts, my papers, my everything that I had. I put in the bag.
I didn't give him everything that I had.
You didn't?
No.
What'd you keep?
But you mentioned something. Well, that's. What did you? No, never mind. It doesn't matter. But you said he told you rules. Do you remember what they were?
To get your hands up?
Yeah.
Give us your stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. He just said he was
quiet.
He went up to the counter and he demanded things, and they took him in the back.
And then this lore woman, presumably, she then you followed her?
Yes, yeah, then we followed her.
All right.
Detective Reckon looks really deep in thought now. His hand is up near his face. He's kind of chewing on his lip a little bit. He looks a bit anxious.
When you followed her, was there anything else before they interacted? Anything else you can recall? Odd, different, out of place? Anything?
I think she asked him if he had it. She was wondering if he got it. And that's all I heard, that I swear.
That's all they said? She just said to him, "Do you have it?"
There was definitely a mutual recognition there.
We were kind of on the other we were behind them, and all I was thinking was like, what should I do in this moment? So I'm sorry, I don't remember.
No, they didn't have any conversation. They just had the handoff, and then there was a shot and a shot. What was it?
I don't know. I just know. I know they said some things to each other, and I just don't know what it was exactly. They made.
Do you recall? I'm looking at Autumn now. Anything they said? Anything out of just, do you have it?
Oh, well, he was kind of muffled because he was wearing a mask.
Right. Yes, okay.
But I can't remember much else. I'm sorry.
All right. No, that's... Where's that coffee?
The detective
Yell out into the
shifts in
hallway.
his seat. Yeah, he's very agitated now. He yells out for a coffee.
You all right?
Just getting over a cold is all. Any other details? Please. Anything. I have been trying to track her for so long, and she has caused so much harm. I'm just trying to help you and help those around us.
Well, I mean, maybe that phone is still on the floor of the DMV, the one that she gave.
She gave a phone?
She threw a phone at me and said to call 911.
You don't have it anymore. You left it there?
No, it's still
Check
there.
your pockets. Just do you have it on you? Maybe it was absently minded, put it in your pocket.
No, I don't have it on me. It must still be there.
All right, I'll send a dispatch to look for it specifically if they're not already there.
Okay.
Who is she? Why is she so bad? I haven't heard anything about her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we try to keep certain criminals a little less notorious. You know how people are. You say the name of a criminal or their nickname or whatever, and people get all scared about it. And
like Candyman.
Yeah, right. And then people start thinking about it.
He's really agitated now. He's beating his hand on his forehead, cursing a little bit.
Close.
Sir?
Sorry, yes?
Are you all right?
I'm all right. Do you mind coming down to the precinct? There might be a few more questions that we need to ask.
Yes, of course. Anything.
Sure. Can I go home for a little and then meet you?
I prefer it if you not leave just yet.
All right.
We have to play by the rules.
Well, what do you mean, play by the rules?
In the lobby, exiting the elevator, we have Lucian and Lore.
So I'm not stepping out. I'm seeing if she leaves.
I was ahead of him, so I walked out of the elevator first, and I think I stop in the lobby, and I look around, and
I'm already closing the doors and going to another floor.
do I hear him doing that?
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure. You hear the ding and the door starting to close, so it's up to you if you're gonna chase after him.
I look back, and as the doors are closing, I'm just gonna tell him, "Be careful." And I'm shaking my head at him. I'm gonna see what floor he goes to, but I'm also going to look around the lobby.
Okay.
And
everything seems to be going as expected. There's nothing crazy. You don't notice anything super wild, but your spidey sense is tingling that there is another player on the field.
So while I'm looking at what floor he's going to and what it stops
Lucian,
on.
what floor did you go to?
I assume, when you just hit all the buttons,
You panic.
it's going to go to whichever one is next,
Go up one floor, ding, and stop.
I see the light linger on one. And I look around for a stairwell.
Oh, yeah. There's one right nearby, actually, right around the corner.
Okay.
You can just go up the stairs if you want.
So I'm going to head towards the stairwell. And as I'm walking, I'm still going to be, because I have my spidey sense kind of thing. I want to, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit more paying attention to sounds, voices, also looking around while I'm headed to the stairwell. So as I'm walking to the stairwell, hospitals are very sterile, but they always try to make the lobbies a little bit more warm. I just kind of get lost in thought. And I remember this time when I was a kid and I was sitting in the basement playing video games, just kind of listening. I remember watching, I think it was the Microsoft Visualizer, just playing music and just thinking that was the coolest thing. And then I would hear voices upstairs. And slowly over time, they would get louder and louder to the point where it was no longer conversations, it was yelling. And there was this illusion that this father of mine tried to give, that I'm not like this. I don't get a temper. I don't get angry. But here he was yelling at my grandmother. They didn't know I was in the basement. They didn't know I was down there. So I just sat there and listened to it. And it didn't stop for a very long time. And when it wasn't going to stop, there was a basement door I could leave out of. And so instead of them knowing that I heard them, I went out the back door, walked around the house, and went in the front door. And ever since then, I've been able to hear things a little easier.
One detail you lose. Just voices yelling.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as I'm walking towards the stairwell, I feel like I hear a voice that's very familiar to me, or one that I've heard before. And I hear the same kind of southern drawl of somebody that I met earlier, and also the voice of somebody a little bit more frantic, but also I remember talking to. But I hear a very distinct voice, and I turn up and I look in the direction to see if it's the person that I think it is.
He's got a nice vest, a little V-neck under the vest, and then a kind of a nice like cardigan. What time of year is this? I can't remember.
August.
August, yeah. So it's like a very light cardigan, just so he's not overheating. And then he has spectacles and some nice jeans. Kind of like a plainclothes detective is what you'd expect.
Okay, so he is walking out, dressed that way, and in tow, he has with him Autumn and Dex, who you recognize from the DMV.
Okay, so I notice that he's with them, duck into the stairwell, and head upstairs.
Okay. And you're headed to the first floor?
Yeah.
Okay. Lucian, you got to the first floor. What did you do when you arrived?
Frantically looked for someone who works at the hospital, some sort of staff member.
Okay. You do. You find a young nurse, and he's carrying like a tray of, I'd say, sterile medical equipment. Everything's wrapped. It looks like he's headed somewhere. You can stop him if you'd like.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Yes, I was brought in not too long ago. I was involved in an incident, and I was brought in. I don't know where I can find my things. I had a suitcase with me. It would be part of my belongings.
Right. Were you discharged?
Yes.
Okay. Usually, were you at the incident at the bank?
No.
Oh. All right. Well, usually we will send you your things if there's an incident, if it wasn't in the ambulance with you. We'll have somebody round it up. Usually the police will find that and they'll return it to you. But if it was here with you, then you have it.
Right. So there's no storeroom or somewhere that I can go or somebody that I can speak to try and reclaim my things.
Well, you'd have
a suitcase. It's a silver Samsonite.
Right, but I don't think they would have thought.
Not a big one.
I don't think they would have thought to put a suitcase in an ambulance. Did you come here in an ambulance, or did somebody take you? I'm guessing by your.
I don't. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I was unconscious.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna assume that you came in an ambulance, but I doubt they put a suitcase in an ambulance. So your stuff's probably, back wherever it was. Where the incident happened. Where did you say the incident happened, sir?
Right, very well. Do you suppose maybe think? Do you have do you have any idea where I can go to get out of the building without going out of the front entrance, a rear exit or something?
He maybe looks at you for a second. I guess it can be a little bit traumatic going through the front and busy and whatnot. You just go down the hallway to the flight of stairs all the way down, and then there's a back exit right there.
Right, yeah, that's not going to set off a fire alarm or something.
No, I don't think so. Shit,
Okay.
it might, but I doubt it.
Right, yes. And there's absolutely nowhere lost property or something. I'm missing a wallet as well.
Well, that's weird. Your wallet should be here. I mean, I'm assuming, did the nurse not give you a bag with your things in it, or?
Yes, but there's elements are missing.
Does
It
it
very well could be there.
Again, sir, if we don't have it here at the hospital, then probably the police will have it. You just reach out to them. Yeah, file a report because it was an incident. Where did you say the incident was?
In Baton Rouge. Thank you so very much for your help. I don't have my wallet. Otherwise, I would give you $1 or $2 or $3.
Please, sir. No, it's my job.
It's usually the custom here.
It's not the custom here. It's considered rude here.
Right. Okay. Well,
Right.
I understand. Well, I've been to several places before where you have to.
Okay.
count
Well,
your
down
VAT
here,
within
we're just nice people because that's the way you should be. We don't need to get paid to be good people. Have a good day, sir.
You too. Thank you very much. Go away. And now I want to do one thing real quick while I'm walking towards the stairway.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a hole in my shirt?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking at that and then I'm forgetting that as quickly as I can.
I had actually assumed that you put your satchel to cover it. So those listening, I can imagine.
I just didn't even look at it until now.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, there's a fucking hole in your shirt. It's covered in blood.
Right. Yeah. Well, the whole shirt is covered in blood. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I was shot or anything like that. I'm not really that bothered about what everyone else is thinking about me. I just want to
get out of
the
here.
fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, before T800 comes after me again.
Okay.
So that's what I do. I mean, I'm going to go where he said.
Okay, so you head out. Laura, when you slipped into the stairwell, were you going up after him, correct?
I'm going to the DMV.
And you're booking a lift to take you to the DMV. Okay.
So he's coming into
the stairwell.
Holy shit. Oh my.
And I'm just standing. Yeah, he's on his phone, like looking at it intently. And I'm just kind of standing there looking at him.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make sure that I can get out of this hospital.
Yeah, I'll show you the way out. It's pretty easy. Like there's a door I can take you to.
Yes, I understand. I'm precise.
Why were you like hitting the button like that in the elevator?
Well, I'm.
Come on, accent. And then I'm going to turn around and start heading down the stairs.
I'm going to turn the other way then and go out back. I'm going back to the elevator.
If I hear him turn around,
walking.
I'm going to turn around. I'm going to roll my eyes, and then I'm going to follow him to the elevator and stand next to him while he's calling it.
Perhaps you could explain to me what precisely is going on and what my role in this is. I'm not going to tell anybody that. I promise. I won't be telling the authorities of your involvement, and I'm just going to go and get my things, and then I'm going to change my shirt.
Where are you going to get your things from?
I'm going back to the Department of Motor Vehicles where my suitcase. I left it there. You understand? When you and your accomplice,
I just look at him very quizzically. So you're going back to the DMV?
Yes. Yes, I'm going to get my things. And this whole thing was a mistake. But I'm not even supposed to be here, really, I suppose. So I can be gone. And I suppose nobody really needs to even know that I was involved in this at all. You understand? I can just get back on a plane. I can go back to... Well, I come from Norway, really. I don't need to go back to Norway. I'll go back to England.
Listen, you don't need to explain yourself to me. I'm the last person you'd do that to. I just glad you're okay. I'm gonna I'll walk out the front with you, and then I'll let you do your thing. there might be someone sniffing around, might ask you some questions. Just keep your, just keep.
I understand. Yes.
Maybe keep to yourself.
Yes, we can. Well, then I perhaps we should go out. Oh, you're correct. Yes, we should go out the front way.
Yeah.
With all the people.
The elevator probably has arrived at this point, and I'm just going to walk in, and I'm going to turn around and see if he follows.
Yeah. I'm like trying to hide my phone when she's not looking at me, like hide it in my back pocket or something.
Okay, but you do enter the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what's happening now. She's just making sure I don't run to a policeman and rat her out, and then she's going to see me out and then, probably throw me into a van, take me to an alleyway and stab me, but at least I can get outside maybe and see where she takes it from there.
Okay.
I can tell that he's uneasy, right?
Oh, yeah. He's not hiding that at all.
Freak out, sweating.
He's got sweat stains.
Wringing my hands constantly and
what?
Yeah, extremely uncomfortable.
Why are you so nervous?
Well, I'm not quite used to this situation. Not really being involved in
I never thought. I mean, honestly, just you being here, I mean.
Well, I'm not quite sure what do you mean?
Listen, maybe, I don't know, it was a lot. It's been a lot, So maybe just a little, you just go get what you need and I'll catch you on the flip side or something like that.
Yes, of course, yes. We'll catch you on the flip side.
The elevator door opens. They stand there looking at each other for a second.
Well, enjoy the sights. And I just start walking towards the exit.
Are you going out the front where you saw?
Yeah, I'm definitely going out the front.
Okay. Lucien, are you following her?
Yes.
Okay. It is at that moment you're walking out the front where you see the detective and Autumn and Dex walking out with him. You guys can roll to see if you notice. Dan, I feel like you, no, not you. You both walked out, so you see them. They're kind of sitting there while Dan is telling them they're going to head down to the station.
I'm going to look at Reckon and I'm just going to shake my head at him.
I'd do the exact same to you and keep walking with the two behind me.
And I keep walking with my friend.
It's okay. So where are you going as you exit?
I'm just going to start heading down the street. I imagine the lift pulls up.
Do you watch him get in it?
I watch him get in it and I give him a salute. And I cross my arms and I just turn around and start walking along the side of the hospital.
Okay. And Lucien, you take a lift to the DMV.
The back of the lift, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just, I just collapse.
Do you watch her in the rear view, like, until you're out of sight?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to pause with Lucien breathing heavily, sighing with relief out in the back seat of this lift, and we're going to switch back to Reckon, Dex, and Autumn as they head out onto the street.
Thankfully, the precinct is actually rather close to the hospital. Just makes sense so we can walk there, get a little fresh air.
Yes, of course. It's it's kind of a hot day, so not really a lot of fresh air.
The sterileness of a hospital can get to one, though.
Mm-hmm. Still could use some coffee.
I'll make sure we get it when we arrive. I'm
wonderful.
A little annoyed they didn't get you any.
Wonderful.
I hate to be that guy. I have to get to work in an hour.
I'll get you a note, an official note. Would that work? I mean,
I'm pretty important. I'm kind of a big deal, like as far as like my job. I'm not the manager, but I'm right under the manager, and so if I don't show up, I have to like make some schedules and stuff.
No, I understand.
But I know this is a big deal. I know I guess would work, but can I get paid when I have a note?
When we get to the precinct, I'll make absolutely sure we'll get your work information down. I will call your boss personally and let them know you are aiding an investigation into a bank robbery and a murder. That would probably look pretty good for you, I'd think, yes?
I will. Yeah. I don't think I could I add that to my resume?
Sure.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I think he would accept that.
Dex, can you roll one more time for me? It's a regular roll.
Failed.
As you are walking along with the detective and Autumn, you feel your heart kind of pick up, race a little bit, and you glance over your shoulder as if expecting to see something, and you just see a lift car that just drives by, but the windows are tinted and you cannot see anything. But it felt weird to you.
Yep. You're right, sir.
Oh yeah, those like moments in life where you just, I don't know, you feel like you saw something and then it was nothing. Had one of those sort of like, like you've done it before, but I don't know.
Oh, all the time, like a deja vu.
Deja vu, that's it. We actually had a song called Deja Vu. I'm sorry, I love music so much. We had a song called Deja Vu, and it was, and all it was we'd play the verse and the chorus, and then we just play the verse and the chorus again, and it was called Deja Vu because we did it twice. I don't know. Stupid.
Right. I do love music. I'll have to look you up.
That's clever.
Yeah, we never recorded that one. Unfortunately, but I can. Yeah, but it was cool because it's Deja Vu. So I had that moment. I was like, I know that car. No, I don't. Like, stupid.
Right. No, isn't Deja Vu where you do know a thing, but you can't place it?
No, Deja Vu's where you have you had a thing and then you have it again, but you're like, oh man, did I have that thing before? That's what I think
Webster's you're right.
Dictionary version.
Right. Yes, Webster's. Yes. No, that makes sense. I think you're right. I must have. There it is. So we're just gonna have you fill out some paperwork, personal information, and again, your recounting of the events, any other details, people you knew, that sort of thing. It's just going to be a little more formal now, instead of just little old me writing notes in a notepad. And after that, we can let you go about your day.
And you're going to call the mall for me?
The mall? Yes.
Yeah, I do security at the Mall of Louisiana.
I wondered why you were so perspective, Dex.
Well, I just want to make sure people are safe.
Could have made a good detective.
After today, I don't think I could do anything like that.
Oh. That's too bad. That's all right. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Okay.
Well, here we are. And I kind of nod to the receptionist. The regular room available, Sandy?
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Go right in. Nobody's in there. Careful,
Thank
though.
you.
Benny took a big shit next door. You can smell it. You might want to get the fan out,
Do we have a different room?
Well, yeah, you can use the other one down the hall.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
Is there coffee made? Please.
No. She kind of gives you a look like, do I look like I'm supposed to just make you coffee?
No, of course not. All right, we'll go to this room. I don't want you to have to deal with Benny's lack of... Anyway.
Of course.
Is Benny a cat?
Does Benny do this often?
No, it's just the restrooms relocated across from that room. And
I had a neighbor once that was also incontinent.
I swear the bathrooms at my work are always, it's amazing. It's like someone walks in there and just poops and just throws it around like it's their birthday. I totally understand what you're talking about.
Thank God we haven't dealt with that here, but I suppose this is the first time for everything.
We probably have multiple Bennies.
You might. All right, well, I'll get you some coffee if you want to wait in the room for me. Or tea or soda or...
Just
I mean, I don't
what kind of
normally...
soda do you have? If you don't mind me asking.
Sandy, what kind of soda do we have?
Oh, we have cola, Dr. Pepper, root beer, Sprite.
I would love a root beer if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there one for you too, miss?
You want a root beer?
A root?
Sure. Root beer sounds wonderful.
All right, 2 root beers coming up. Reckon
Thank
you can get your own shit.
Yeah, I will, Sandy. I lead them to the room and let them in and walk off to get my own shit.
Okay.
You ever had root beer?
Oh, many times, yes.
Ah, it's so good.
Actually, as a child, we used to make sarsaparilla.
What?
Sarsaparilla.
What's that?
It's a little like root beer, except maybe a bit more...
Sassy?
Sassy, yes.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Is that why they called it sarsaparilla?
That's a wonderful way to describe it. In fact, I think I might just steal that from you, Mr. Dex.
Well, I'll give it to you.
That's wonderful. I love it. It's like root beer except more sassy.
Wait, I like sassy people and I like root beer, so maybe I'll like sarsaparilla.
Maybe. It's quite strong if you make it correctly.
What, like, okay. How do I do it? Will you give me a recipe when we get out of here?
I sure can. I have one that runs in the family.
You have a sarsaparilla. So wait, is it a thing?
Mm-hmm. A family recipe goes back many generations.
Oh, cool. Wait, you're going to give that to me?
Yes. Well, it's not a secret.
Oh.
It's just a tradition.
Okay. I would love that.
I don't have much family left, so I figure, might as well.
I wish I didn't have much family left.
Oh, you poor dear.
They just constantly like, Dex, do more things with your life when I'm living my life.
Do they bother you a lot?
It's constant. It's just constant. And now, at least, I don't know. This whole day has kind of woken me up.
Oh,
more
absolutely.
Than I already was.
As I'm sure it would to anyone.
So I'm grateful for them, but at the same time, it's like get off my back, right? Like,
right.
I'm doing my thing.
Get off my back. I have my own.
Exactly.
Schedule.
I'm happy. I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming. I love, the musician that I am, and I will find a band, and I will be on top of the world. Just
Absolutely,
give me time.
you will.
I know
and I am very confident that someday you'll get your own bathroom and you'll throw your own poop around and you won't have to listen to anybody else.
That's the dream.
Throw around theirs. That's
I want my own studio. I want my own bathroom in the studio. I want bathrooms everywhere so I could throw shit wherever the hell I want. Excuse my language.
Oh, you're fine, honey.
Someday.
The radio comes on.
Hey, I was wanting to request a song.
A song?
Okay.
Water by the Young Rapscallions.
Well, I don't normally do
Wait.
song requests. The show's really for giving advice and answering questions. But
Someone just requested my song, Autumn.
If possible,
Your song.
Dedicate it to
Oh my God.
Dex, who's going through a rough time right now.
sure, why not?
Dex, you're a good guy. Just keep going at it. You'll pull through.
Don't give up, buddy.
Is this you? Is this your song?
This is me, but The guy said I'm going through a rough time. I'm fine. I'm okay. Wait, who? Did you hear that?
I must have missed it.
A guy just called in. My song played again in here. Someone called in my music. That's like, we only have 2 albums. That's not. But he said, I hope he's okay. I'm fine, right?
Yeah, are you fine?
I don't know. Am I fine? I feel fine. I feel great.
You seem all right. You seem much more composed than you were earlier.
Yeah, I mean, that was shocking, and it still is.
Well, I mean, maybe they're just a big fan of your music.
Yeah, but
is it so odd to hear your own music on the radio?
No. That's I think I deserve that. I mean, I put in a lot of work. That should be happening. But why was he saying, "I hope you get through this"? Maybe
did you know him?
Wait a minute. Do you think because this all blew up, because the bank or the DMV, whatever, do you think we're known now? Like our names are out there? Do you think people are worried about like our emotions?
I mean, it's only been a couple hours.
Are we famous?
I doubt it.
But maybe they know like about like my bat and like about your fire extinguisher. Maybe they're gonna do like comics about us or like make movies or shows about us.
Could you imagine? Wow. Superheroes at the DMV.
That's great.
Very
That's so
unlikely.
2020. That's different.
Oh, I could see it though, because you fashioned that weapon with the spikes in it.
I never imagined myself ever doing that. And I did it and it was amazing. And maybe they're already writing, maybe, oh my gosh, the news story went out, our names went out. So they're worried about us because we're kind of in containment right now. People don't know where we are. So they think we're hurt. Oh my gosh, we're famous, Autumn. We're famous.
Are we?
We're gonna switch scenes there. And back in the car, in the lift with Lucian. So when you typed in the address, you searched it on Google, I assume? You just said this local DMV. Right, okay, yep. That's where I'm going. Okay, yep, got it. Okay. When you get in the car, the driver is a bit shocked. It's Lydia, who was your driver earlier. And she's shocked to see you. Okay, you don't recognize. Well, you might recognize her. She's the woman who drove you earlier. Blonde hair, short curly hair. You don't care. Okay. So she recognizes you though, and oh my God, what happened to you? Good Lord!
Well, right, yes. Well, I'm quite dirty. I've got red on me.
You're not going to get that in my car.
I don't suppose you could drive a little faster.
What? Are you all right?
I'm in quite a rush, and we have to get away from
the hospital. We have to get away from the hospital.
Yes, I suppose the hospital. Somebody in the hospital, more like terrifying.
All right. Are you sure you're all right?
I'm quite fine. Yes, it looks rather ghoulish, doesn't it? But
yeah, it definitely does. It looks like a movie or something.
Right. Yes. Well, it's not mine. My blood.
And you're sure you're all right?
Oh yes, I'm quite fine.
Oh, okay. Are you doing anything else while she drives you?
On my phone, making sure I can do touch payment things with my phone.
Yes, you can. It's usually like saved.
Yeah, I'm just checking that because I gotta figure out what I'm doing now. There's a very good chance I'm not getting my stuff back, and I'm gonna have to go to a. In fact, do you know of where I can go to purchase some new clothing?
I do actually.
Preferably a shirt like this, not really.
Oh, that's a fancy one. You'd have to go to something like a Macy's or a Penny's or something.
Yes, perfect. Yes. Well, yeah, well, perhaps if we'll go to the DMV first.
All right, and then
after that,
you'll have to book another ride. You can't I can't just drive you. You'd have to book it through the app.
Right. I could book you though.
I don't think so. I think
I'll
you just
have it so that I book another one straight away, and you'll be the closest one on the little map.
Well, I mean, I should. There's only a couple.
Right, so we'll just do that when we get there.
All right, okay. So she takes you to the DMV, and she parks. This is the location that you gave me. Are you sure this is the right one?
Is it open? I'm ignoring her and looking out the window.
What you see is a bank.
No, I requested the DMV. Where were you going to get a driver's license and things?
I just went to the address that you put into the app. It's the Voda bank.
Right. Well, your app must be malfunctioning. Perhaps you could take me to the DMV then.
Oh, all right. Which one? There's like 3.
Does it look like the place I was in earlier on?
100%. This is where you were earlier.
Everywhere looks the same in America when I go there as well. It's all like storefronts and they all look the same and it's all weird. But it's 100%.
Yeah, yes, you recognize it. Same parking lot. Same exterior. Literally the only thing that has changed is that instead of DMV, it says Voda Bank.
Is it all like taped off and shit?
Yes.
Oh, and there's police?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we'll go to the, yes, very well. No, can you, hold on. I book another lift. To Macy's.
Okay. Oh, look at, would you look at that? Did you want it to pop up for her, or were you just booking another
Yeah, I want her to take me. She told me that's how I have to do it.
Yeah, oh, perfect. Yep, there it goes. I will accept. Yep.
Right, yes. Of course, obviously, it's absurd to have you not be able to take me there. You know, it's obviously going to pull in the closest person, which is you.
Well, sometimes. I mean, there could be somebody else here. You never know. I don't know how these things work. It's like magic.
It's silly, absurd waste of time.
Well, I guess so. She has a -1 to rolls because she is now depressed. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. All right. So yeah, you go to Macy's. Okay, so she will drive you to Macy's. Is there anything you want to do while you're driving to Macy's?
I might Google Baton Rouge shooting DMV.
Oh, hell yeah. You see a headline. Residents of Baton Rouge were subject to extreme violence today after reports of an armed robbery at a local Voda bank this afternoon. The suspect was apprehended after firing several rounds into the air. However, an officer already on the scene managed to take control of the situation. The officer sustained a minor injury, but is expected to recover. Investigation into the Voda robbery is still ongoing.
Local journalists getting minor facts wrong. Really, they should do a better job verifying facts. I say to myself in the cab out loud while I read that it was at a bank and not a DMV.
So we're going to Macy's now?
Yes, you said I could purchase a shirt.
Right.
I have some trousers, something new. And these shoes are quite new as well, actually.
Well, they have blood on them, though.
Yes, I'm afraid everything has blood on it now.
Right, well, you...
need to get something new.
Are you all right?
Okay, so I've got some ID. That's good.
Here, and we see the lift pull into the Macy's parking lot. And Lydia says, oh, you know, I can wait here, or you can just call the lift now if you'll be real quick, or I can just run to McDonald's, put myself off the clock, and then come back if that's something that you'd like.
I'm just looking at what Macy's is in Baton Rouge, and that's what I see. And you're sure they sell shirts in here?
Mm-hmm. Gentlemanly types. They're fancy.
Right,
I don't shop there, but...
And what's she wearing?
A sweatshirt, I'd say. She's very kind of relaxed. She's got the...
Good enough for me.
Yeah, she's got the air conditioning on in here because it's pretty hot outside, and she's wearing a hoodie and
she's
jeans.
Wearing like hoodie and sweatpants and stuff.
Hoodie,
yes,
hoodie, jeans, and flip flops. Yeah.
Very well. And the payment has gone through.
Yeah, on the app.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep. Okay, bye. Have a good.
I don't have any money. As is custom, I'm afraid I left my wallet. I lost my wallet, and I don't have any cash money.
Are you asking me for money?
No, it'd be absurd.
Well, then why are you telling me you lost your wallet? I don't understand.
I believe it's custom to pay a little tip to your drivers often, just to make...
No, not here. It's all taken care of in the app. Now, how are you gonna buy a shirt?
Well, I have a little, you can touch on a phone now. It's quite clever what they've done.
Not here, you can't. Here, hold on. And she fishes into her pocket and pulls out her wallet. She gives you $50.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, what?
You're not going to be able to buy it. You lost your wallet. You look like you had a real bad day. You know, and I believe in karma.
Right, well, karma, yes, of course.
Right.
Okay, so what is your, do you have a PayPal email?
No, you don't need to PayPal me, sir. You just have a better day, and maybe next time, pick up the ride share.
I have no idea what that is. If you give me your PayPal email address, I can send you your $50 back. On the, it is, I really only have access to my phone.
What's
right now,
a pal pay? I don't know what that is.
Yes. Okay. Well, what was your name, madam?
My name's Lydia.
Lydia.
We're not supposed to give out our last names, so I'm not gonna.
That's fine. I'll come to your office one day and I'll repay you for the
office.
Your
well, that makes me sound fancy. I don't have an office.
Well, I'm sure that Lyft can arrange for me to get in contact with you and send you your money that I owe you.
What an angel.
Such thing as
Sweetie,
karma,
don't
you can call it that if you'd like.
Well, it is karma. It is, and I do believe in it. So, you have yourself a better day, sir.
Of course, yes. Well, thank you for this, and I will make sure that I pay your karma back. Although karma really is rather more like cause and effect, probability. You know, the chances of things to come back to you are very minimal. The odds that I would actually be able to.
I'm not expecting the money back. It's okay.
You shall have it. You shall have it. And
okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And maybe I'll probably need to book a lift.
I'm just gonna run to McDonald's. I'll be around, but not too long though, because I have The Bachelor at 7.
I have no idea what that means.
It's a TV show. This season has been an absolute shit show.
Yes. That sounds rather...
Okay, well, I'm going to go to McDonald's. You go buy your shirt.
Thank you very much.
Pick a nice one with, like, blue flowers or something.
I shall see if they have one like that, and if it would be a terrible shame if they don't.
Yeah, or pineapples. You know,
nice.
Something a little bit more fun than what you're wearing now.
Well, yeah, blood. Thank you very much. Out. Close the door. Waltz over to Macy's.
So you are going to go in and pick out a shirt, and you are going to do so without really anybody seeing you. Do you go to the change room and change into it and then go and approach and say, like, I just put this on and I'd like to wear it out? Or are you keeping your clothes with you when you go to checkout, basically?
Yeah, there's no way I would put it on.
Okay.
I don't own it. Is that a thing you do in America?
You can put it on and then go and say, I'd like to wear this out, and then they cut the tags off and then you walk out. But if you wouldn't know that, then I'd say that you approach the counter covered in blood and you have your things. I'm going to switch back to Dex and Autumn, and then we will return to Lucien in just a moment. So you two are still waiting for the detective who has not come back yet, and it's been a while now. It's been like maybe 5 minutes, which is a long time to wait for coffee.
Yeah.
This is getting crazy.
I mean, what was it? Just a root beer?
2 root beers. I don't know how. I knew it. We should have left. We should have.
Hello? Hello? Excuse?
The office is quiet.
I don't know if there's anyone out there. Wasn't there a receptionist?
There's someone out there. Hold on.
Outside?
Excuse me. Excuse me?
Nothing.
Why is it so quiet in here? I mean, isn't this a station? Shouldn't there be something going on?
I'm almost fully over this, to be honest. Excuse me. I'm gonna go into the hall. Excuse me.
You can hear typing, but you don't.
I'm gonna go to the.
You don't see anybody. Okay, so you're gonna try to follow the typing.
Yeah, Autumn. I'll take care of this.
I'm gonna come with you. I'm not staying here. I'm creeped out.
No, of course. Hello?
Nothing.
I'm going to go towards the typing. Hello, is anybody here?
Something really strange happens. You are walking towards this typing. You can hear it getting louder as you approach the desk. And then you stand there and there's no one there, but you can hear it loud as day as if they were right there in front of you typing.
Someone's right here. This is a really bad, weird, except for meeting you dead. There's someone right here typing.
What do you mean someone right here? Do I see?
So you hear the typing. In fact, you might even think you see a key press on the keyboard, but nobody is sitting there.
Autumn feels out for Dex's shoulder and just kind of like balances herself on it.
Right? You hear that? Like there's some... This isn't funny at all. This isn't funny.
Is that moving by itself?
Yeah, the typing on the keyboard. There's someone. I'm gonna grab. I grab the keyboard.
Autumn reaches in her pocket and fumbles for some crystals, and she pulls one out. And hopefully, this crystal will give her like a little bit of like a light, like show her which direction to go or which direction to look.
And Dex reaches out to grab the keyboard.
Yeah.
And he lifts it up. It's not even plugged in.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Okay, this is just stupid. Are we on a show? Is this why? Are we on? Is this a reality? Where are the like? This is getting.
Oh no! What happened to the detective?
Autumn, are you in on this?
In on what?
You got me. All right, that was great. Are you in on this whole thing? Is this all been fake? Is this punked? Am I in the new punked?
Dex, sweetie, I am just as confused as you are right now.
When she says that, Dex, you hear the clacking of the typing, and suddenly it sounds different. It sounds like sandals slapping against your feet as you are running very quickly, and you have a memory running down a dusty road, and you look behind you. There's like sand. There's sand everywhere. Sand in your skin, in your mouth, in your hair. And you glance behind you, and Autumn is running behind you, and Lucian's running behind you. You are the fastest, and there is something on the horizon that is getting bigger in pursuit of you, and you are scared. Your heart is beating fast. Do you stop and go back for Autumn and Lucian?
How real does this feel?
It's real. You are there now.
I go back for Autumn. Is Lucian equal planes with Autumn, like, or is he further back?
He's a little further back.
I grab Autumn, and because I really think I know him, and he's dead now, but whatever, you know. Yeah, I grab them both, and I try and run them along.